Everything's budgeted differently. So as an example, let's say Sykes was filming the show here. We obviously own USA Network, it's part of the family, but NBC doesn't produce Sykes. We pay a production company for the rights to broadcast. So as an example, I don't think we have anything here right now. Let's say Disney produced Parenthood. They don't, but let's just say they do. But we air it on NBC. We say to Disney, here's $2 million a week. Let us air Parenthood for you. Great. You need a network? Your network? Take it. $2 million a week. We then sell all the ad money for $3 million, and that's how we make our $1 million. Okay? Disney makes their money on $2 million. They pay us. It only costs them $1.5 million, or what have you. So they offset it. The production company will make the vast majority of their money back. Because NBC, if we didn't own Parenthood, would get $0. That's why you hear a big deal. Because typically, a studio will run a deal or maybe even lose money on a show until it goes into syndication and then it's in the license. That having been said, again, pretending Disney produces Parenthood, even though we're going to air it, we still want them to pay us. It's not technically our show. Right? Make sense? That actually is like a double for us. Precisely. We have now switched over to be in a studio that shows pretty much 80% of what films here now is an NBC show or a Universal product. Probably about 80%. Whereas a year ago, it was probably 20%. So, I mean, if you think about it, with Desperate Gone, there's an ABC show up there. The Voice moving into replacement, basically. Parenthood, theoretically, Mockingbird Lane, if it gets picked up here, will all be three major shows. And today's a great example. USA Shoot going off the Metro set. Make sense? So, that having been said, let's walk in a little bit. But before we do, let's get closer in the shade here. This big backdrop here, not really anything to focus on. Certainly, if your camera's going a little bit slow and you wanted to mention it, you could. But there's nothing in your script for it because that photo was actually put up there as a placeholder. When we bring people down here to show them locations, we say, hey, I've got this big blue wall here. Oh, what do I do with that? Well, here's a good example of what you can do with that. You can put a picture of a cityscape up, make it look like you're on top of the skyscraper. Oh, that's a great idea. All right, thanks. So that's only up there as sort of a, hey, here's what you could in the world of possibility do. The odds that a production would come in, I think they're 12 and need that exact picture for their tax account is 0.0. So, we would take it down, cover it with a green screen, anything that you want to do there. So, if you wanted to refer to it, but to my knowledge, it's never been used actively. We were just making what would otherwise be a blank wall, have a little bit of flash, and you get the cool? Alright, onward. film from this one vantage point. You get more of a modern block of buildings over there, right over here are the brownstones. Are you familiar with what brownstones are? If not, from the East Coast, you may not. Yeah, you are? Okay.
Yes.
Basically, that's how people live in a lot of Asian cities. Often there are businesses in here, but these are all residential brownstones. And you can do a lot of different things out here, depending on how you dress each set. How could you set the time era, like 1930s versus 20s?
The lamp?
Street lamps?
Picture cars.
I can see three different types of street lamps here, right? More modern or older. The picture cars.
With the
Signs.
fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant. What obviously atmosphere and extras dancers are wearing with the clothing. So it's really easy to set the time era with the dressing of the set. Now I've seen these sets over the years dressed with many different things, not just eras but locations. I've seen all these sets completely snowed in the winter time setting, which is absolutely spectacular. Now I think we mentioned the backlot fire in the classroom. Briefly, yeah. No need to really dwell on it, but people did hear about it. Basically, it was 6 years ago, right there, I think? Wow. 4 years almost a day. A lot of these sets burned down. It's not unusual to have backlot fires because the sets, aren't built to code. They're just kind of flimsy, dry wood because people aren't living in them, so they don't have to be built to code. So backlot fires at studios around the world are actually fairly common. We lost a lot of these sets, about all of the veteran sets, except for the Courthouse Square area. We immediately rallied and rebuilt the sets and made them even better and more versatile for future filming. Now we do have fireproofing built into them, so they have sprinkler systems in them, so hopefully they'll last several days. Yeah, you'll note in your script that there's almost no mention of it, that's by design, you guys do not. To wrap your brain around it, we just call it set reconstruction, and we really don't want you focusing so much on that. Certainly you can refer to these sets are newly rebuilt, things like that. People either don't care or would rather just infer why we rebuilt them. Yeah.
There is like one kind of flippant line in Act 3 that's like, after the fire, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Should we leave that out?
No. As much as is in the script is as much as we want you to get into. If I'm on your tour and you're going on and on about the fire, it's going to be a needs improvement.
Okay.
Do people interrupt to ask, what fire? Never.
Which is why I mean, think about it. 4 years ago, do you remember a news event that happened 4 years ago? Not really. Especially something that's I think basically we had a bunch of human running around that lit on fire. Nothing of any consequence or loss, really. Pardon? Kindling, more about kindling like wood, dry wood. There is no fire system. Ben uses a lot of old-timey terminology, like, hey, kindling in the fireplace. These kids today have gas fireplaces. Anyway, I don't know. So while a big event here at Universal, really in the grand scheme of life, but we really kind of want to get you motivated away from that. So your trainers may have a different approach to it, but it's been a slow process. You're really the first class that we've asked to just sort of, again, to your point, half of a sentence in the script and move right along. You may hear different varieties of that. Like I say, it's a slow process to change the culture about mentioning it, but we're slowly but surely getting it back to what it should be, which is really just okay. If you're having a hard time wrapping your brain around it, on this spot, we filmed The Thing, Changeling, Bruce Almighty. Verbiage like that will help you wrap your brain around it. It should be noted, and again, not to be shared, 2008 fire was certainly not the first fire we had here on the backlot. I think there was the third, a couple decades span of time. So most of those original sets were on those trainers. So to make it easier and to kind of wrap it all into a nice pretty little package, it's on this spot, on these sets. As you can see, these sets are virtually identical. The only sets that were not touched, and hopefully you've had a chance to drive through there on at least one or two of the tours you've been on, the Courthouse Square's L-shape, so to speak. So if you imagine where we're standing right now, and we think of this is north and this is south, the northeast corner of Courthouse Square, so the main Low Valley Courthouse, and then this part of the north edge, were relatively untouched. We remodeled it, made it look a little bit nicer, but that was sort of the only two walls that were unscathed by the firefighters got to the original fire. Basically here, this would have been the Eastern Coast. Hey, Ben. Yeah. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know who you're going to run into. On the back lot. Special guest, just want to say hello. This is Michael. Michael used to be a tour guide. When was he a tour guide? 86 or 90? Now he works on the production tour. Wow.
Nice.
Top lot foreman. Yes, that's correct. So Mike Lindley goes with production mainly, so each of the backlot foremen have sort of their core production that they stick around with, and then on a day like today, then they kind of don't use it as a really huge integral part of making sure that they're taking good care of our sets and paying attention to our end of things as they serve their end of things. So every once in a while there's some conflict there, and that's why you get here to smooth everything out, make sure the sets look just as beautiful when they leave as they did when they walked in. And if not, we'll take a charge. During that video, first we could do that thing. Okay, wrapping up the first one. They don't know what that is. Yeah, I haven't done that. My bad. Yeah. Still, yes, I mean. Great. But, I still look back fondly, and I'm still happy to meet some of my friends from my back line. And I'm thankful being in production really helps kind of bridge the gap. Great, it gets us into whatever we want. Some of the foremen, and there's a whole little thing where the production's like, oh no, we're more important than theme parks, and everyone has the theme, but my theory is everyone works together and helps each other out. And my theory is the theme park was the only corporate entity to turn a profit last year. So. For 2 years.